You are going to, as part of today class, I mean, we will be, it's like you need to spend some time on Google or ChatGPT, and then your understanding, and little bit it's interview based, because otherwise you will get bored. Okay, but this is very important when it comes to senior profile. Then definitely you will be receiving this some topics and terms. So that's the main reason I'm going to conduct today class in different way. Okay, first question. So anyone know the difference between authentication, authorization? If you're not sure, I'll give 30 seconds. You can use ChatGPT or Google. Authentication on and authorization.
So, authentication verifies the identity of a user or
Mm-hmm.
system trying to access a resource,
Mm-hmm.
and authorization determines what level of access a verified user has to be have to a specific resource.
Okay, yeah, that's a definition. That's right. Are you able to relate anything from real-time scenarios or your daily activities? Anything?
Sir, this can relate to SQL database. Like when we want to access the database, we provide the SQL authentication with username and password. And when authorization is what level of means example, there are multiple tables. Which table should be given access to that particular user, so that we can say as an authorization.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So this is, you can say this explanation. You can give this explanation in interview. So and but I need more examples. So maybe you can hold on now. So any other examples from anyone?
One example of authorization is like if a like for example, there's a different authorization in a company. A customer
Mhm.
representative gets different authorization than a software developer. Like it work, it's like that for authorization, and authentication is like that for like is uh, it's way we login on your system is
Mhm.
like, it's clear in my head but hard to explain.
Okay, no worries. Just take a pass and then maybe put your examples in Google, and then you can form the definition. And make sure, I mean, you can give two example. One example from your daily activities or real time, and another example from Azure. Okay, so you need to prepare these two to differentiate authentication and authorization. The example what I get from IH is that is perfect, SQL base, but a little bit I need to tune. But anyway, I will talk about that one later, because I want to hear from everyone about this one, because for authorization, we can make it perfect. We can make it perfect by adding few things when it comes to SQL. No idea? Okay, fine. See, when it comes to authentication, there are so many services in Azure. So RBAC, AD, you can add this too. And when it comes to, okay, Access Vault, sorry, Azure Key Vault, right? Azure Key Vault you can consider, and anything with username password, you can consider that is example for authentication. Okay. Authorization, it's a level of access, that is right. But example I'm expecting, like you said, the database I can consider, but so database team, what level of access they will have, okay, and data engineer team, what level of access they need, and backend engineer team, what level of access they need. Anyone know about from these three team point of view? One is database team, and another one backend development team, and another one is data engineering team. Okay. See, data engineers, right? What as a data engineer, we mostly do read operation. Okay. We do read operation on real-time databases like MySQL databases or else Cosmos or NoSQL databases. Okay. Mostly. Sometimes we need to do aggregation as well. When we do aggregation, yes, we need to write some data, but mostly we do read operations. Okay. And when it comes to database team, they are the people going to create database and table, which means DDL, right? So they need complete access. Okay. So you can give this example. Okay. When it comes to authorization. So as a data engineer, we get read access only, and other team member like a database team, they have complete access. And backend engineering team, when I say backend engineering team, they are the people who developed API application and some similar applications. Do you, okay, this is example for authorization and authentication. So you can say that key vault or else username password wherever you use username password. Okay, and that identity, the manager identity, user identity, these all are example for authentication. Okay, this is from Azure point of view. Maybe I'll tell some storytelling so that you can relate to something. Another example, when you log into your online banking account, okay, or else some your self-service account, without credential you can't log in, right? That is the example for authentication. If you log into your Gmail, if you log into any other account, there you need to you give your credential. That is the best example for authentication. So daily basis, you are going to sign in somewhere, right? Okay. Now let's discuss about authorization aligned with your daily use cases. When you go to ATM, when you get some money and then you can't take out more than 1,000 or more than $3,000 because that's a transaction limit for your card, right? Then that limitation, if you want to extend that limit from 1,000 to 3,000 or from 1,000 to 2,000, then you need to go to bank and then you need to make a request. There's so many formalities there in the bank side, right? But anyway, so what here we are seeing, you are not authorized to increase your account balance. Okay, probably you can request them. They may agree, they may not agree to increase. Okay, so this is another example for authorization. Make a note of it, because when it comes to interview, definitely they will be asking some questions from this authentication and authorization, whether you understand or not. Okay, any question? Okay, yeah, go ahead, Aishwarya.
Sir, you said that data engineers will have only read access, right?
Data engineering, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are data engineering.
So
Yeah.
that means that data engineers will work on the views of the SQL.
Okay, so yes, view of, okay, yes, correct. So most of the cases, when you access Cosmos DB or else SQL database DB, right? So the DB controlled by some other team members. Okay, so they'll be saying to you, and you are from data engineering team, right? So they'll be sharing that views or tables to you to take the data daily basis
Mm.
after business hours. Okay, but as a data engineer, when you are going to write the data on that SQL database or Cosmos databases, any scenario do you remember so far what we discussed in the last classes or since the beginning? Because we did that write operation also.
Yeah.
I think in the first couple of classes itself we did. when it comes to real-time use cases, we write the data. Okay, so again, just remember this one when it comes to real-time use cases. But when it comes to batch jobs, do you know what is batch jobs?
Like taking a particular uh, amount of data and then processing it.
Mm,
Like
okay. See, batch job. Okay, what when I say okay, you can go. Okay, I'll give 30-second time.
So
Everyone.
historical data, you mean?
What, Mahesh?
Historical data in batch jobs. So we are not processing in the real time. We take the historical data, which is stored at a particular time, or eventually, or any historical
No,
data
no.
which is
Okay.
present.
See, yeah, this is from internet. Okay, so this definition you can say, but exactly, if you if you explain, I can consider you are from 1 or 2 year experienced person because this explanation is right, but I will assume here you are you don't have actual industry experience. Okay, but your definition is right. Okay, and any other example? What is bad job? What you are going
You
to
get
say this one in
data
interview? Hmm.
like regular intervals. It could be every quarter, every day, every month.
Come again.
So in batch, you get data at regular intervals, like every quarter or every day, instead of retrieving the data as soon as it's generated.
You are close to. Okay, you are close to, but you need to correct few things. Okay, anyone want to add something here? Okay, see, when you see regular interval, okay, this is mostly within a day. Okay, you need to add that one also. Okay, but you said week or monthly, right? So bring some scenario within a day, maybe 4 times, 5 times. We read some data and then we do some transformation. We write some results on some different place. Okay, so we extract the data every day. Okay, one example. I receive some data morning twice or thrice. Okay, and afternoon also I receive data morning. So afternoon also I receive data thrice or thrice. Okay, with regular interval. Okay, so this is the example for batch jobs. When it comes to real time, whenever you receive data, right away you are going to process. Okay, so this is the difference you need to explain. Okay, mostly they are not going to explain, so they will be asking your daily routine work. Okay, in the last project, so what's your daily routine work and what kind of project or what kind of job they may use. Okay, the word they use, what kind of job, what is your roles and responsibility. So you need to prepare this kind of words. Okay, then only they will uh, agree your explanation, and then they will consider your experience from actual industry point of view. Okay, McDonald. I mean, if next time if we discuss, then make sure if I ask data batch jobs, then you need to explain properly. Okay, but refer all the internet, all the definition from internet. But when you join company, when you work for a company, this is what batch jobs. This is how batch job works. Okay, sometimes exactly morning 6 o'clock and after exactly after 10 o'clock and at 12 o'clock. Okay, sometimes, and some use cases maybe after 6 o'clock there's a bunch of dead files you are going to receive, then you are going to process, or else after your 9 morning some bunch of files you are going to receive, then you are going to process. These all are example for batch jobs. Okay, and this is the main example, and after that you can say history of data and 3-month data, couple of years data. Okay, those all are additional points. Okay, Okay, anyway, so this is what I want to discuss about authentication and authorization, and also bad jobs, because on the fly someone bring this one. This is not in my to-do list today. Anyway, so anyone know what is API? And because where I often say backend engineer team, they develop some API to connect the data, right? Anyone so far gone through any API related examples?
Sir, I don't know exact how it works, but
Okay.
I can try. Like for the client server communication, there is
Mhm.
something called REST API.
Mhm.
So it is a bunch of standard protocol how
Okay.
the client server should be communicate.
Okay, okay, that's fine. It's perfect. So he said REST API. Okay, so this is because we have multiple APIs. Okay, but REST API is the latest one. Okay, from backend engineering point of view. I'll do one thing. Let me show my screen quickly. Let me bring some APIs. Okay, got the one. Let me present my screen. Okay. Is everyone see my screen? Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here you see, this is one get API. Okay. Let me click this send button. Then I can see the response. Anyone give any zip code example? Your zip code example. I mean, your zip code you can share. Anyone? Don't worry, I'm not going to do anything with your zip code.
N2K0H4.
Okay, M
N
2.
N for North.
Okay, N 2K
0H4.
0H4. Okay, let me know N 2K 0H4. Okay, it's 0.
Sir, is it taking only US postcodes?
No, I tried different one also. Okay, 60126. This is US postal code. Okay, I can see it's a Illinois one, and the US. Okay, this is basically based on zip code. I can get current weather information. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. So what they do, they given this URL to data engineer team. Okay, as a data engineer, I need to access this API. Maybe some every 2 minutes or every minute I can access this API. I'll be getting different data, different weather data. For example, let's go to current one, and here I can see it's a partially cloudy. The place, it's Chicago time zone one. Okay, it's a Chicago, and then this is the Illinois region. Currently, it's partially cloud. This one information I can get it, right? The wind speed, wind degree, everything I can get it by passing the zip code. So this is another requirement. So then I need to use this API, and then I can get this information, and then I can write the data to my database or data lake storage. But this is one example for API, and this is get method, which means I can read the data. I can't write, I can't update the data, but we receive this kind of API from backend engineering team. Okay, they won't be giving post or put APIs, because post put for update or insert some new records. So they'll be giving this kind of APIs to us, and then we are going to access this API, and then we can write the data to our storage. But again, this example will be part of ADF, but again, this will be in mod 1. Okay, now we are in mod 2, but these examples will be in mod 1. But anyway, this is the example. This is one of the example I'm giving here. Okay, this is get API. Okay, all right. So now let's go back to the different topic what I kept in my to-do list. Okay, so this one, disaster recovery or recovery time objective or recovery point objective. Okay, let me put it in the chat because these words are new to you guys. Again, I need to explain again and again. Instead, you can Google, and then after that, I will explain again. Okay. Check these three in ChatGPT or Google. Okay. Disaster recovery and recovery time objective and recovery point objective. When you are ready, you can let me know. Just one line or two line you can explain, but make sure you understand first. Don't read like a news. Let me bring some example in case. Okay, I got one nice example, and also okay, another two examples I got. Because whatever we are discussing today or throughout the class, so till you get the job, you are going to repeat. Okay, believe it or not, you are going to do knowingly or unknowingly after you attend interview. You will take very seriously. Whoever not that serious, I'm saying. Backup disaster recovery. Okay, that is not for data engineers. Okay, anyway, I can cover that one too. All right. So anyone ready for one line?
Disaster recovery means the process or like a procedure when like a storm and there's an outage in a system, like there's a process or procedure that how the system can come back. For example, when there's a storm or anything, if the company system is down, they might switch to a secondary region or like that. And for like in RTO, the RTO when like RTO is how much time it will take to uh, to the to recover
Oh,
the system.
hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. So
Yeah.
just you can watch what you know done or something, and
Yeah.
you can explain. No issues. Because this is not the actual interview, right? So how
Yeah.
what you understand, that's what
Yeah,
that's what
I say
okay.
yeah,
So
actually I'm giving you the example as well.
okay, so when you say you are saying RTO, right?
Yeah.
So that's fine. So what the example you are bringing for RTO?
Yeah, like basically RTO means if like our company's RTO is 1 hour, right? So the company should ensure that the company's system must be start before in 1 hour.
Oh, okay.
When
Yeah.
and in RPO is like how much data can a company can afford to lose in a during a storm or like a disaster. How much data can a company can lose? Like for example, it company's RPO is 1 hour, right? So a company can only afford to lose 1 hour of data like that.
Okay, fine. Now, Meet, you can prepare something with our as a data engineering point of view. Some example you can prepare.
Yeah.
Okay. During interview, if this question comes, how you are going to explain? Okay. Now you can go for Mute. Any other example or any other use cases from anyone? Ritvika. Yeah, go ahead, Ritvika.
Maybe I can relate to our daily routine. Like social media downtime. Maybe I don't know
Mhm.
if it's right, but
Okay.
sometimes we see the servers are down. So
Mhm.
yeah, RTO is nothing but maximum target time we can recover, and
Okay. So this is any website you can consider. So that, but the record time maybe within some time you can put. Okay. Then that's how. Then you can add some story before and after. And same thing, you can work on data related example. Okay, I will explain. Don't worry. So okay, any other people? Maybe Sunit, you want to try something?
So recovery point objective, I can relate to our daily systems and all.
Recovery
Yeah,
time
daily.
objective. Okay.
Yeah. So suppose our system crashes and all, we did backup before. From what point of time we can recover our data and all. It's like last month or like maybe Jan, maybe Feb, like that. We can recover from that point. Its system will ask you from where you want to recover your backup, like that. We can explain like that.
Okay. Yeah. Fine, you are taking data example. That's a good try. And all right, let me explain. So, okay, when it comes to RTO, like you guys said, that's a definition. Okay, that is the definition. So, let's say, as part of real time, you are writing some data on Cosmos DB or SQL DB, or else you are writing some data on storage. Okay, and somehow, okay, due to some other jobs, maybe it overwrite or somehow that data got corrupted and then data got lost. Okay, maybe we can take examples from database side. Okay, we lost some data. Okay, and but when we create database, we always choose high level redundancy. Okay, or else you might heard this word redundancy when we create storage initially, right? Zone level redundancy, region level redundancy, right? So likewise, when it comes to database, always that DB team, they create the database and then they will create redundancy region backup also, so that whenever your primary location give trouble, it's going to connect your secondary. Okay, but still, when you lost some data from your primary location, then this is different scenario. Okay, redundancy is different and this is different. Then someone from DB expert team, they need to pitch in and they will be bringing your data from another region to here to sync. Okay, or else they might have snapshot backup. Okay, then they will bring the data from their snapshot and then they will bring the backup to your database. Okay, and likewise, even in storage also. Okay, you can when you receive the data, when you read the data and you are going to compress the data. Okay, and initially some organization, they follow this pattern. They receive the raw data, and right after, blindly they will compress the data. Simply read through data breaks and then they will compress the data. Okay, then if you lost where you read, then still you have backup. You can consider that data, or else let's say you whatever data you compress, that data is corrupted or that data you lost, then you can bring the data from whatever data raw data you received. You can quickly you can use your batch jobs instead of. Okay, let me bring one real-time use cases so we can connect the dot easily. As a data engineer, okay, daily I'm receiving files. Whenever I receive files through ADF, I'm going to kickstart my job. Okay, what it's going to do, it will copy to one location to another location. Okay, one location to my raw location. Then I will be doing transformation, and then the data goes to processed container. Right? Is everyone able to follow what I'm saying? Whenever we receive data to storage, one storage, okay, then right away we are picking the data and then we do the transformation and we put the data to another storage. Okay, through ADF, Azure Data Factory. Okay, fine. So just remember this thing whenever we receive file. Let's say last 1 week, whatever file we received, okay, we did same thing, but where we write the data, there the data is gone or something happened. So maybe last 1 week data is not right. Again, we need to process all the data. Okay, what is the solution you have? So just remember, whenever I receive one file, then I'll do this thing. I'll do this ETL. I receive one file. Each file may be like a GB, 1 GB or something. any solution here. I lost where I write the data. There, last 1 week data is missing.
Sir, you are saying like we have to like take a backup, like use a service from Azure.
No, it's not about backup. It's not about backup. This is what here we are discussing. This discovery, data discovery, and RPO, we can relate to so many places. Okay, as a data engineer, what example you can relate, that's what I'm bringing. Okay, so this is I experience, I gone through so many situation. Okay, this is one of the situation I'm bringing here. Okay, so disaster recovery, something you are going to involve. Okay, but during interview, if you bring this kind of, again, that also very important here. Okay, not only about this topic today we are discussing as per sheet. Okay, and also make sure you understand. So that's the reason I'm bringing this one. So we if you remember, through data factory, there is an example. Whenever we receive file, and then we copy the file to another storage, and also, but if you we can do ETL. When we receive the file, we can do ETL through data factory, and then we write the data on target storage. Okay, so here, right, first I will evaluate how much volume I lost. Okay, because where I receive, I have all the data, right? That source storage, maybe source storage can be blob storage, right? There I know, I can see last 1 week how much data I have. Okay, through by using Linux command. Okay, that's it. I said practice some basic Linux command. Okay, so through Linux command, I will come to know how much data I have in the source, and I can simply run the same ETL. I will modify the ETL. Okay, ad hoc purpose, I will modify my ETL. I will point to the storage, but I will put some filter. I will extract only last week data, and then I will use same ETL job, but this time I'm going to change that cluster configuration or else that job configuration. Let's say if I'm using Databricks cluster, then I'm going to, okay, for example, your laptop, okay, by default your laptop might be like, let's say 8 GB RAM. Then that day what I'm going to do, I'm going to use 128 GB RAM machine to process that 1 week data. So based on data, I'm changing my system configuration, and I will say to my manager or stakeholder, so it will take half day or else 8 hours to bring back all 1 week data. So here RTO is there. Okay, this is the example for RTO. Anyone, any trouble to understand this scenario?
Sir, for storage accounts, we have a thing called recovery services vault also, right?
Okay, in storage account it's there, but it's not that easy. So you can refer that one, but you can't say accurate. You can't bring the accurate data. Again, if you configure something versioning way, you can bring the previous version data. Okay, because you did some ETL here, and then you can't verify whether. So you lost the data. The situation is you lost the data. But however, you can the scenario what you are bringing, you can Google it. There is a limitation, because if you enable versioning, then you can get the data back. But again, you need to verify to verify 1 week data. That is not easy. So here I can say RTO is 4 hours or 8 hours to modify my script, and then to change my configuration. Then I can give RTO. Okay, again, now you might know for RPO here itself. Maybe I can say some data is not possible. I can bring some story here. Okay, But again, spend some time, and then there are so many examples. But when it comes to data engineering use cases, very few only. Okay, so cook up some story, but try to explain by seeing mirror. I think Varshwet started cook up story. All right, so this is the example for this RTO RPO, and next one is network security and access management. We gone through already, but anyway, I'm going to bring this one again. Network security. Do you remember any network security so far? We gone through this network security once or twice. I think at least once we gone through. Anyone remember network security related use cases?
Public and private endpoints, adding firewall rules.
Public and that is right, but we gone through in the class.
In SQL database service, the IP address, selected IP address, what we are.
Exactly, that's a one. So that's a example we already gone through. So do you remember when we connect SQL initially by using username password, it didn't work, and then you added that username password by setting up firewall. Some people forget. Anyway, let me do one thing. Let me bring my screen. Are you guys seeing SQL database screen?
Yes.
Oh, so okay. So let me go back. Home button, and then I'll go back to SQL database and overview, not overview, query editor, and here by default this username password didn't work. Okay, again this is another example for authentication. Okay. Anyway, so by default this username password didn't work, and we did something. Do you remember?
Yes, we went into overview
and firewall.
firewall.
Okay, overview and then
Set firewall.
set server firewall. But what this set server firewall did, we added that rule here. You can type any name here when you give rule, and then okay, let me add this one. So here I'm allowing only my IP address to connect this machine, right? But this is not static one. It will change. Always it will change. Then what I did now, I gave permission to anyone. So anyone can access. If anyone know username password to connect this database, they can access my database. That's what I did it, because every time it will change. So I just modified here. But anyway, so this is one best example for network security. And there's a firewall rule, there's a client. Okay, anyway, this all are under firewall rule. There are so many things are there, and but as a data engineer it will be too much for you. So just remember, when it comes to network security, then you can say yes, as part of data engineering we also did, because when we connect database, by default we don't have access, so we did it through adding our machine's IP address to that firewall. When you say machine's IP address, you can say there is a separate instance to log in, and then that machine anyone can access. Okay. Anyone know what is virtual machine?
It's like accessing a computer, but Azure is in charge of all the CPU, memory, and stuff, and we just decide what OS we need, and it's basically a computer, but in the cloud.
Right. Yeah, that's right. So so our laptop, right? That is laptop is one which it's actual machine. Okay, actual machine. You install OS and then you install so many softwares, and then you are accessing everything through browser, right, nowadays. Okay, but when it comes to cloud, you can create one machine, similar configuration what you have. Okay, you can log into that machine. After login to your cloud, Okay, that is called virtual machine. Okay, so this is for whoever new to virtual machine. Okay, so a single virtual machine is equivalent to single laptop. Okay, but when it comes to virtual machine, there is some changes. Okay, just to understand, I'm giving this story. It's similar to laptop only. Okay, why I'm saying, usually for every project, at least one or two virtual machines they may be using for some purpose. Okay, even to connect this database, we can't connect the database directly. Okay, for training purpose we can connect this way. Okay, but when it comes to company level, you can't say I connected this database in this way. This is one example. Okay, but what address they will add here, that virtual machine address, probably Dheeraj, you completed fundamental exam, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that everyone plan for some certification here. Okay, so some basic terminology will understand easily to connect, because otherwise it will be a little bit difficult to digest. Every day you need to spend some time after this class. Okay, because this is that your machine IP address, right? If I go to compute engine, if I create VM, okay, let me do quickly. By looking at your face, I feel like everyone is new to this virtual machine. Again, few people are seems like crying inside. Let's do one thing. Okay, virtual network. Let's put virtual machines. I'm going to create one virtual machine. I can give any name here, but right now my project is under resource group, and virtual name is VM123 something, and then everything fine. And I can choose the image. So, but you won't get Windows 10, Windows 11, and all. Okay, it's all server related. So Windows 2022, 19, all server related OS. Yes, Ritvika.
So what is this image?
Image, where is image? Oh, this image. Okay, what is your what OS you are using? You know, in your laptop, is it Mac or
Yeah,
Windows?
it's Mac. Yeah.
Mac. Yeah, that's what I'm calling here image.
Oh, okay.
So, but here we don't have Mac actually. So here we have Ubuntu, Linux, and Windows related OS, server related OS. Okay. By default, Mac won't be there because Mac we never use for server related use cases. Either Ubuntu or Red Hat, Oracle, and Windows OS only we use. Okay. All right. So we can choose some OS. Maybe I'll choose Red Hat one or it's Ubuntu one. That's a free. And this one I need to change, or this one I need to choose this size, 8 GB RAM. Okay, and 2 CPU I'm using. Okay, you probably your laptop you used 8 GB. Okay, and that's fine. And keypad, I need to create new keypad. Let me put on maybe my key. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Cannot contain special character. Okay, I put space. Okay, now it's good. And rest all I'm going to leave as it is. Disk space, how much? 20. That's fine. I'll leave as it is. SSD, that's okay. And let me choose, okay, locally redundant storage, that's fine. And network, public one. All right. And okay, let me create this. And let's create this. That's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to delete this cluster right away. Okay, my machine is ready. Oh no, it's getting ready. See, once it's ready, right, I will see some IP address here. Okay, again, for this machine, I can create dynamic IP address, static IP address. So what will happen? So when you join company, then they will create on machine and they will put some static address, or else sometimes they put dynamic address. But whatever, with the help of network team, or else with the help of your admin team, they will be adding that IP address to this database, so that from this machine you can connect to this database easily. Okay, this is most often use cases when it comes to as a database engineer. You are for troubleshooting for jump server, they use this VM to connect your database. Okay, but for development purpose, they may add your system IP address. Maybe you might be logged into your remote machine. They will add your remote machine information to this network. Okay. Yes, Mahesh.
Sir, if you scroll down in the current
Mhm.
window,
This one.
firewalls,
Okay.
we are allowing Azure services, right?
Mhm.
So VM will be a Azure service. So by default, if we are allowing through this, do we need to provide IP address?
No, still you need to add this into firewall.
Okay.
Again, this is not the only way to add, because there is a separate window to see all the firewalls. So they'll be adding there only. So this is for again, it's based on project. If you're involving some small level or intermediate project, you will be adding here itself. But otherwise, there's a separate page for virtual machines. So there you can add, but again, you are not going to add, but admin team will add. You can go and verify that you can do. Okay, all right. So let's go to the source. Just quickly see this virtual machine. And here you can see my public IP address. So now if I want to log into this machine, and then if I want to access this one, then I can access through, I can add this IP address to my network. Then only I can access this database. Otherwise, I can't access. All right, let me do it right away. Otherwise, I'll forget. I think I missed something. That's okay. Let me check later. And what I was. All right. So another topic is everyone? Oh, network security. I said right. Okay. Access management. So access management already we gone through the example for authentication, authorization, right? You can mention that one for access management. Anyway, so that is already covered. We don't want to discuss that one. And what else? What else? And one more. Okay, data governance. That is some important topic. Anyone? Okay, maybe I'll give 30 seconds. You can Google it or ask ChatGPT what is data governance, and any real-time examples or anything. Try to explain.
Ensuring that data is secure.
Ensuring data secure.
So let's say you have a client. Suppose Azure is working with the government, and the
Okay.
government, they have some regulations like should be this and that, and so they need to ensure that they're following the requirements that they have, like setting up a separate data center just for them, making sure no one else can access it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a high level definition. I can say this one. Any other points you want to add, or anyone want to add?
Maybe in an organization we have a data governance team, like which take care of the data cleaning and all the data related issues. So maybe
So how many experience you are going to say in interview? What are you thinking? No idea. Okay, what do you think? I mean, in future, I mean, how many experience you are going to say? What's your confidence level now? When you so far last 2 weeks you've gone through this training, right?
Yeah.
4 years? No? Okay, so 2 years?
Maybe one
Maybe
and
one.
a
Okay,
half to
fine.
2 weeks.
So think big, okay? Maybe 8
Yeah.
years, something like that. Okay, then you will be in at least 4 or 5 years. Fine. See, data governance, this is our work. Okay, when you go to 7 years, 8 years experience, when you gain, then you are going to work on data governance part as a data engineer. It's our responsibility as a senior person. We need to take care of this data governance. That's the reason I asked this question. Okay, so when I say I have 7 years experience, 8 years experience, even sometimes 4 years, 5 years also, people started working on data governance part also. Okay, again, this is when it comes to interview, it's not mandatory to say data governance part also, because mostly nowadays more than 8 years, 10 years, 12 years only they are expecting data governance knowledge. Okay, but at least as a data engineer, you need to know what is what. Okay, so something, maybe again I will give 30 seconds. Okay, try to understand something, at least 1 line or 2 line. Okay, try your best, and then I'll help you.
So can I try?
Who is this?
Sunit.
Yes, Sunit. I'm expecting it for a long time.
Oh, so what I read is like overall management of the availability of data, integrity of data, security of data in a data lifecycle, which is used in an enterprise. We need to follow all the.
Okay, yeah, that's right. It's a definition, I would say. And good try. Anyone want to add anything?
Sir, can I try giving an example? Like, not sure if that would work, but yeah, suppose.
Sure. Yeah. Feel free to go ahead. Yeah.
Suppose one organization is
Okay.
working for Visa or MasterCard, and they want to store their credit card details only in America or only in one of the zones. So in that's their rules and policies. So we can't, copy or redundancy, those rules, everything. We can't keep it in different location. We have to stick to the company policy and put it only in the requirement. Like, for example, if they wanted to store in North America, only in North America those data should be stored.
Okay, yeah, I can say this is another example. That's fine. But the thing is, I mean, you can add something like as a data engineer, how can you tune this one? Okay, but rest everything's fine, whatever you said. Anyone want to try? Any other definition or example? Okay, so mostly, right, when it comes to data governance, it's a single source of truth. So everything in one place. So it's not possible. Okay, so it's not possible to say that. And you can say what approach as part of data governance, what approach your company is doing for each project. What approach? Okay. One simple example. Okay, I believe everyone know what difference between ETL and ELT. Correct. That's a simple example. Okay, because this is, as a data engineer, that's the first things you need to know. That's the reason now you are saying ETL and ELT. No, but when you say your organization level, all the project they are following ELT only. Extract, load, transformation. Okay, this is one approach. Okay, let's say your organization using multiple approach. Okay, dynamic approach. That is also you can consider, but you need to leverage that by adding some points as for data governance. Okay, what practice they are following. Okay, for example, auditing. That is also one example. Okay, when I say auditing, it's not like a finance auditing. Okay, this is data auditing. Okay, that just make sure you understand it's a data auditing. For example, today I received 4 files for a particular one job. Okay, there are so many jobs. For only one job, I received 4 files. In the 4 files, how many records I received, how many records are I processed and then transferred to other end. Let's say I receive 10,000 records. Okay, again, this is small records only, 10,000 records. But after doing ETL, I sent only 7,000 records, right? Where, let's say if I'm storing this information, then which means this is part of auditing, because I'm auditing each and every stage what's happening. Okay, so this is one example. Then okay, how can I pull this information in database? Simply I can do control, select count 1, count from the table name, right? And then after processing the data to another place, then there also I can get the count by using PySpark code, right? So I can get the information. I will keep the information in one place. That is single source of truth. There I can go and get all the information, right? This is part of data auditing. And also data lineage also there. Anyone know what is data lineage? No, okay, then I'll give 30 seconds again. 30 seconds or 1 minute. Try your best. Data lineage, Lineage. Okay, after that we will stop today class. Data lineage, data governance, data audit. It's all connected. But for data engineers, for you, you don't need to worry about much. But when anyone talk of data governance, you can give example this data lineage and data audit. So that is enough for you to convince you are experienced person. If anyone ready, you can raise your hand for data lineage.
It's like understanding where the data came from and what processing we did on it for it to reach the current state it's in.
Yeah, that's right. But I'm not sure whether you understand. Are you able to visualize, Dheeraj?
Yes, so the data came from the source, and then we did some, let's say we did some ETL transformation, and then we finally stored it. So from the data source to storing it in the end, everything that we did to the data that comes under lineage, I guess.
Yeah, that is right. I'm not denying. Okay, that's fine. So whatever you say, that is right. Even that is enough when it comes to interview. Anyone want to add, or anyone want to try with a different definition or example? Susmita, you want to try?
Yes, Varun. So I also agree with Dheeraj. Like, for example, our data engineering life cycle. So we just see if that entire process is followed, like from extracting, transforming, and then loading, and then sending it to downstream applications for the end users. So it all comes
Okay.
under.
So that's what you are seeing from the internet and ChatGPT, I believe. So anyone, any other example? Okay, let me connect the dot here. So when it comes to data governance, you can give data audit example or else data lineage example, because data governance, it's nothing like it's a practice. Okay, what your company is practicing, what is company is bringing, what their approach to maintain entire data related activities. Okay, so when it comes to data lineage, let's say your manager or else your client, they want to know. Okay, they don't want to come to each and every developer. Okay, they want to look at one place where they can see how many jobs completed, how many jobs failed, and how many jobs are in progress. And okay, this is one thing. And another thing, they know some data. They want to know this data comes from where. Okay. As a data engineer, what you do, you know, maybe you worked on, so you know, you go and say, okay, this is the data I received from this database, or else this is the data I received from this storage. This is what you are going to share it to your manager. Your manager will convey to another manager. Another manager will convey to client. Correct. But to bypass everything, okay, and the client directly, the client directly want to check this data comes from where. Okay, and this is vice versa also can be there. Okay, in this situation, this is very difficult, right? So this is not that simple. Discussing, so this is not simple, but this is very simple by adding one simple snippet in your code, each and every code. What we do in our jobs, by end of the job, by so no, not end of the job, when first time we implement our job, okay, when we schedule our jobs first time, then we record this information in one place. Maybe you can consider this is maybe one database. Okay, there I will maintain this all the information. Okay, for example, I'm reading one file called ABC, and this is for uh, for OBU business. Okay, for OBU business, I'm reading data from data ABC from this database and writing this data to processed storage. Okay, this is first stage. Okay, I implemented the job. It's going to run daily. So I'm recording this information into the database. I'm making one entry for this one, and the primary key, foreign key logic is there, right? So I will make another entry after writing the data to processed place. Then I'm taking the data, I'm doing something ETL or something, then I'm writing back to another storage. Again, I'm entering that information, but I'm doing only once. Remember, I'm doing only once. Every day it's going to run. But the thing is, they can access the database where I'm making entry. Okay, this data comes from this place. Again, this many jobs are running one by one. Are you able to visualize something now? Okay, so basically what I'm saying here, every day morning I wake up at 9 o'clock. Okay, so everyone, okay, everyone in my home, they know, okay, everyone, every day morning 9 o'clock I wake up, and every day night 9 o'clock I go for sleep. In between I go for office, and then this time I take a lunch, and then after that I go for one meeting. This is my daily routine. Okay, but who will know my daily routine? By without asking me, they need to know this information. Okay, let's say if I'm making this all the information in my calendar, okay, then they can access my calendar. They will know, okay, this is what is activity. Correct. So this is what I'm saying here, data lineage. Instead of my calendar separate database, I'm going to maintain this complete jobs one by one, from first source to second source, and then second source to third source, and then next again another source, like data 1 transition to data 2, data 2 transition to data 3. Likewise, it keep going. This all entry I'll be keeping in one place. Every day it's going to run, but suddenly if somebody want to, they know only one information, only data 3 information, data 3 stage information. They know somebody, they want to know the who is the source person, or else who is going to consume this data. They want to know. They can come to this database, and then they will find the consume whoever consuming this data, whoever utilizing this data. So I can get each and every details by maintaining this data lineage. But again, spend some time, prepare this story in your way, okay, your own way. make sure this is perfectly working. By writing, you can prepare this one, because the data audit and data lineage, these two are very important. When you say you are experienced person, because if they ask data governance questions, you can say, yes, as part of data governance, we are practicing data audit and data lineage in my company. At least if you say one, then you need to give proper explanation, something like this. Okay. Maybe you can draft. Okay, I'll review this one. Okay, try your best. You can draft this one. So today we discussed so many things, and make sure you are able to cook up some story and then bringing some examples, so that you can tackle this one during interview. All right, so I'll stop here today. Good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.